The most popular post on my website, Capturing the Charmed Life, is all about teaching our children solitude. Maya Angelou teaches us about teaching our kids all about how to wield solitude. We rarely experience solitude, and we hardly even know its benefit. So we certainly don't know how to teach our children all about solitude. Our Western culture teaches us that get in front of other people, then your ego will be satisfied. It teaches us that extroversion is favourable, even necessary, healthy, normal. It teaches us that constant activity equals a productive, meaningful life. We find our value and purpose by being busy. That we should search for meaning outside of ourselves, even in crowds, preferably in crowds of people. I take a lot of benefit from the words of Maya Angelou. I appreciate so many things she shares. She has a perspective on a parable, a scriptural parable that I have always understood in a different way. But I want to share what she shares about this biblical story. She says in the biblical story, the prodigal son risked and for a time lost everything because of an uncontrollable hunger for company. First, he asked for and received his inheritance, not caring that his father, from whom he would normally inherit, was still alive, not considering that by demanding his portion, he might be endangering the family's financial position. The parable relates that after he took his fortune, he went off into a far country, and there he found company. Wasteful living conquered his loneliness. Riotous companions helped deal with his restlessness. For a while, he was fulfilled, but he lost favor in the eyes of his friends. As his money began to disappear, he began to slip down the steep road to social oblivion. His condition became so reduced that he began to feed the hogs. Then it further worsened until he began to eat with the hogs. She says it's never lonesome in Babylon. Of course, one needs to examine who, or in the prodigal son's case, what he has for company. And I think that prodigal, the way that she framed it, the way that she understood the intention behind the prodigal son, I think it has value for us to frame how we homeschool and how we expect to engage our outside world. Many believe, she says, that they need company at any cost. And certainly if a thing is desired at any cost, then it will be obtained at any cost. We need to remember and teach our children that solitude can be a much to be desired condition. Not only is it acceptable to be alone, at times it is positively to be wished for. Oh, the numbers of times I have been asked about my child's socialization. You too? Because there's an expectation that my child should be in a group of 25 to 30 kids that are the same age as my child. And that is to be desired. But what about solitude? Maya Angelou says that it's in the interludes between being in company that we can talk to ourselves. In the silence, we listen to ourselves. Then we ask questions of ourselves. We describe ourselves to ourselves. And in the quietude, we may even hear the voice of God. Homeschooling certainly can offer solitude and all its benefits if we allow it. How to do it? Well, frankly, limit extracurricular activities. That in itself can be a challenge because we tell ourselves that if there is an opportunity for our child, then we should enable it. We should enable all the opportunities. You know, though, you have a sense yourself as the mom that there are sometimes too many activities, and you know it. Sometimes you need to enact a communal quiet time, especially when your kids are younger. Get them into the habit of having a quiet time together, maybe an hour after lunch. whatever works in your family, or an hour before lights are out at bedtime. Maybe you expect each of the kids to take the dog for a walk to enjoy nature by themselves, of course, assuming it's age appropriate. Don't schedule every day. Don't assume that you have to do an activity every day. Make Sundays or some other day a special quiet day to not do anything. Go into nature, whether it's hiking or canoeing or just walking or anything that suits your fancy. Just go into nature, experience quiet, listen to the birds. We can wield and we can teach the freedoms and the benefits of solitude in our homeschools. If you have any thoughts, comments, questions, you can put them into the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you.